Discovering the beauty of soft, beautiful portraits and dreamy portraits is our topic today on Luminar Coffee Break. Let's see what we can accomplish in 10 minutes or less, starting now. Hello, everyone. So our topic is discovering the beauty of soft, dreamy portraits. That's what it is. All right, so I'm just going to show you right away. So this image here was taken by my really good friend, Rick Farrow. He's the Disney photographer. We were at an event over the weekend, and while he was photographing, I was editing. So here's the original image coming up. Edit, better choice. Here we go. So here's the original, and give it a second to render. There we go. That's the original, and this is what we're going to do with the image itself. Now, I got to give a huge shout out to Rick, because the background, it was okay. I wasn't a fan of the background that they had. Here, what he did was he positioned the model in such a way, and by photographing down onto the subject, it gives it more of an intimate look. If this were a man, then we wouldn't do a masculine shot going down. For a dreamy portrait like this, it works because it's a female, and look at the way he positioned and posed her. Then he used the ballet fabric and reached it all up. Rick's only concern was he wished he had more fabric, so on the top area here would be similar to the bottom, to where it's pure white, you don't see anything in the background. But when he told me that, this is what we're going to do to fix it. All right? So, under Edits, or think of that as your history, let's look at the tools we used. We went to Develop, Enhance, a little bit of Face, Skin. And I'm going to show you a little trick I did with the skin here twice. Glow is what really sold this for me. Watch. Look at this. Now, when I add that glow, look what that did. And I'm going to finish off with a negative value or a positive value of vignette to give us that white glow. So, let me discard all the edits, and we'll begin from scratch. All right, real simple. Going to Develop. And this is just our typical, what we normally do to just enhance the image a little bit before we start getting in to the creative side. Now I'm going to Enhance. This is what did most of the heavy lifting. Watch this. Look at that. So, and if I want to, once I close it, I can open it again, and I can apply a second instance of it. So keep that in mind, that our tools can be used more than once. So look, there's one instance, there's a second instance. All right, so I like where that's at. Now, what I want to do is orders of operation. I want to smooth her skin, enhance the eyes, remove the blemishes. Then I'm going to go in and attack the background. So let's come over here to Portraits, Face, zoom in. And believe it or not, this young girl is only 14 years old. So he did a phenomenal job lighting the face. So I don't need to relight it. I like where the shadows are. And so the eyes, they're brown. I can come in, change the eyes to her natural color. Dial it back a little bit. There we go. Look at that. Put a little flare underneath the eyes. Zoom in a little too far, right about there. Let it render so you can see it. Ooh, look at that. I love that little flare. And then I enhance her. Good. Now he wanted a little more of the whiteness of the eyes. Don't go to a degree like this that it looks just totally fake and spooky. So right about here is good. Oh, I like that. And then her eyebrows. Oh, even though she's young, I am going to remove some of the dark circles or dark patches under the eyes. And then improve. There we go. There's the eyelashes or the eyebrows. So watch. Here's original. Just a slight change. Now let's come to skin. I am going to apply we'll call this the blemish removal, the skin defect removal. Give it a generous amount. About here. That looks good. To where I still have pores. Good. Now, I can get real picky if I want to get rid of all of these. For this tutorial, I'm going to leave it. So this looks great, but look at this skin shine. Now watch. When I remove the shine, I love what it does to the forehead, but not the nose. So that's why I mentioned we're going to do a second instance of skin. Now I'm not going to apply the softening. What I'm going to do is apply the shine. All I'm looking at is this section up here. I want to keep this, but this is what I'm going to be looking at. So gradually bring it over right about there. Let's see it. Yep. Good. So I tone this down a little bit, but I still want the nose. So that's where I'm going to come in with a mask, brush, and I want to erase the effect on the nose because I want that shine to stay there. And there we have it. So before, after. So notice, again, we took the shine away from the forehead, but because of that mask, we kept it on the nose, right? Already, look at this. Before, after, already it's looking really nice. Now let's get creative. So with the creative tools, I came down to glow. And then from here, your choice. Soft focus. Well, let me just give you an amount. Right about to here. Here's soft focus. Glow. And then the Orton effect. I'm going to Orton soft. Ooh, look at that. So look what it did. Now, it's a little aggressive on her face, but as you can guess, we already figured out how we're going to calm that down. So I like it. I'm going to come over to mask, brush, and now I'm going to erase the effect on her face right here. But I don't want to erase it completely. So I'm going to give the strength a little bit less. And I'm going to come in and just slightly paint around the face. There we go. 4. Ooh, look what that does. So I like that a lot. It looks really nice. Now, a couple decisions here. Right up in here, the color. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. So we're going to fix that color in a moment. And how I'm going to fix it is I'm going to come over to color, which will be under the essential tools.
Yes.
And then they'll fix that.
Big black door.
So, guys, if we stay. So right now, everyone, we're broadcasting live to the Luminar Insiders group. So you may hear people in the background every so often. So right from here, I want to desaturate. Well, HSL, there's purple in that image. So I want to get that purple out. Maybe some of the magenta. Great. So I got rid of it here. I don't want it to affect her. So you guessed it, mask, brush, paint the effect in just to this. Oh, let's put it to 100% strength. So this is one way of doing it. Good, I like that. Actually, I like it a lot. So I'll leave it. Another option could be to duplicate this bottom half and bring that up, and that's what we did before, but I like it right where it's at. All right, so I'm looking at it. I like where it's heading. I could come in, and I'm changing it up slightly what we did earlier. Maybe add a little bit more of the soft glow. Oh, I like that. Mask it off of her face. There we go. Maybe off of her body. There we have it. All right. All right. So I have it set, and technically at this point, you know, it's a great edit. We could be done, but I do want to add one last tool, and that's vignette. Choose the subject. And now instead of a negative, we'll go with a positive. And look what the size is doing. Right about there. I'm not a huge fan of what it's doing to the wrist, and actually, that didn't do it. So I'm going to leave it like this, and look at the wrist, this area here. Let's see if the glow is what's caused it. That's one of the reasons. So let's brush, erase. Let's get rid of that glow on her arm. There we go. And I wonder if this glow did it also. Yep. So that glow was one of the culprits. So notice I can go back in history, and all I'm doing now is just finessing. There we go. Now go back to the top, and there we have it. All right. Now that I did this, right click. I want to duplicate the layer. And here is where I could see what this looks like with a black and white effect. So what I'm going to do is come in and under Essentials, black and white. And there I am. I can convert it. We note the red tones are in her skin, along with yellow. Here we have it. And I'm not noticing any cyan, except the very top. That's not a big deal. But overall, there we have it. So now I have two options. I can hide this one. We can have a color version, or we can have the black and white version. So there we have it, everyone. Now, of course, with this here, I did take it many steps further. In fact, I'll show you here. Like the wrinkle here within her arm, you know, again, she was a brand new model. She's never modeled before. So there's little things like this. We would teach her to lighten up that strap, but I did use Gen Swap. I did use Gen Swap to remove the wrinkle in that area. That was number one. Number two, I already created a preset. So let's see what the preset does. Number two, I'm going to apply the preset here, but keep in mind, I did use a little bit of masking. So look at that. It came out of the gun, out of the gate, looking really good. But if that vignette didn't go exactly, let's get right to it, where I want it to go, edit, right here, look, let's see. Then I have to make sure I choose the subject appropriately. Look what it did for me. It brought it in to where I needed it to be. So here's the trick. If you're creating this, and let's say we had a whole series of images, and I wanted them to all look the same, any masking or any special effects that I did when it dealt with me actually selecting something, I say that to the very end. So create the preset first. Then from here, once I have everything set, we'll do this. Then I can just right click, adjustment, and synchronize the adjustments. Now I'm going to have the look is going to be consistent all the way through. All right. So there we have it. Now, if you're here watching this live, please stick around for the Ask Me Anything segment. For everyone else that's watching, if you want to join us live, see if I have it right here. There it is. So if you want to watch us live, and if you watch this on a rebroadcast, here's the link. Follow the link. Join us at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesdays. And at the end of this segment, we're going to stick around for the Ask Me Anything segment, where people can ask any questions pertaining to this topic or tech support, how to use Luminar Neo, what cameras are out there on the market, you name it, ask any question, all right? So, again, stick around. Everyone else, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you at the next coffee break.